Alright, what is up, guys? We are back with Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Chapter 2, The Dragon Slayer's Lineage. So last chapter, we kind of got reintroduced to the characters, to the guild again, and the 100 Years Quest. They are across seas right now. I want to see what country did they go to really quickly. Um, besides, so yeah, they did appear at Magia Dragon. They were greeted by an actual dragon who kind of welcomed them as the 99th heroes. We don't know what that means. Maybe that's like in regards to like they're like the 99th people to like actually try the 100th year quest, which would be a pretty big number. Um all right, so they've gone from Ishgar to Giltina. Sounds like okay. But yeah, I'm interested to see what this dragon says, man, because this is only we've only met a handful of dragons in this entire series, so like seeing another one is pretty wild, man. Let's get into it. So you the one offering the 100 years quest, buddy? Natsu, I think you could be a little bit polite, a little politer. Indeed, I am the giver of the quest. There's one thing I want to know. This was supposed to be a wizard guild, so what does that make you? Yeah, a wizard guild with no wizards? It doesn't make sense. Aren't there any other mages around? I alone reside here. The humans all grew old and died. Grew old? You mean you never took on new members? This is one strange guild. Such were the times. New guilds propagated like mushrooms, and the young preferred to join them. Before long, the oldest of the guilds was devoid of members. That doesn't explain why a dragon would be living here. Hang on. His smell, yeah, I noticed it too. You're a human, aren't you? Hmm, interesting. Oh, it's that guy that we saw in the very first page. So you saw through me. Interesting. So it's not a real dragon. It is I, the father of all wizard guilds. I love Saria, the first master of Magia Dragon, right? And yeah, that he is like the first yeah, he was the one who created well Magia Dragon is the first mage guild then, right? A human, the father of wizard guilds. So you've been alive for more than 100 years? It shouldn't be all that surprising. You should be able to comprehend my existence if I submit acnologia as a suitable parallel. When did he? I am the same as him. The same as acnologia. I paid a price for my dragon slayer magic. Interesting. I could not prevent myself from taking the form of a dragon. So you were a dragon slayer? Well, a self-trained one. I learned dragon slayer magic in order to bring down one dragon in particular. Stop bouncing around like that. Stand still, will you? Oh, come now. I haven't seen a young lady in so long. I'm just a little bit excited. God damn it. I guess it's nice to know that some things don't change, man. God damn it. Anyway, um, and Natsu literally stuck his hand through there. Good lord. Um, I'll tell you where you can put your. Could you maybe move your hand from there? That's legitimately assault, man. Natsu literally just assaulted Lucy. Um, but the last guy who came here was some stern-looking older fella. Gildarts. And the one before that was a muscle-bound meathead, and the one before that was the rugged type, and the one before that. What a time to be alive. I've come into an age filled with such beautiful lady mages. I guess first impressions can be misleading. This guy is the father of wizard guilds. He's the worst. Yeah, he's a pervert, man. um. Anyway, sir, I do sympathize with that perspective. You do, but not one of them ever came back. Gildarts did. Yes, the only one to survive, but he did not come out unscathed. You got my left arm, left leg, even some of my guts. That's interesting because we always thought that that was Acnologia who, maybe it was still Acnologia, but Gildarts met him on the 100 Years quest. Nonetheless, I think it's really cool how, like, first of all, I love the more dragon centric focus that this is having. Um, but just the fact that it's tying back all the way to when we originally met Gildarts, right? I love that it's kind of going all the way back to that moment. It's actually really, really cool. Um, are you certain that you are prepared to accept this quest? We wouldn't be here if we weren't. Meanwhile, why is Juvia here? What are we all here for? I'm actually really kind of like I don't know what the right word is. Like, I guess maybe nervous or just like concerned about how they're gonna handle like two simultaneous plots with like what's going on in the Fairy Tale Guild and then what's going on with Natsu's group, because I don't want it to be where like the really interesting stuff is happening with Natsu's group and then we get pulled out of that stuff to go back to Fairy Tale to just kind of like dick around and whatever, right? Like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous that that's gonna be the case, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how they're going to like divide the time between, because seemingly it looks like we're gonna be jumping back and forth, which isn't too exciting to me. Because like I just want to stick with Natsu's group. Like I just like this stuff is really fascinating. So like just the idea of being pulled away from that too often is kind of making me nervous. Um. Anyway, you really don't have to be here if you don't have work to do. Then let us do work. The quest is called Protect Grey Summer with Our Lives. And the quest giver is Juvia. And Juvia accepts the quest. Okay. Are you unable to trust your beloved and wait for his eventual return home? What did you just say? I have absolute trust that Natsu-sama will come back to me. And when he does, I just know he'll fall head over heels in love with me. Natsu wouldn't hold my breath. Indeed, Natsu is surrounded by women of all sorts like Lucy, Lizana, and Urza. Do I belong on that list? Aw, poor Lizana. Gray's no slouch either. Ur and Ultir, Kana and Briar, even Urza. Ladies all around. This cask is my only love. Um, you watch your mouth. I'm only speaking the truth. My, looks like they're best friends already. What's wrong, Gaju? Did that girl just say Briar? You thinking of the one from Avatar? What about her? Nothing. What a weird connect, right? That's a really weird connection. Avatar of all things to tie back into this into the 100-year quest. Like out of all the past like villainous groups or whatever, Avatar was like the bottom of the barrel out of the Spriggan 12, out of Taros, Phantom Lord, um, Arashi on Sace, like all of them. Avatar was like literally the bottom of the barrel. I don't remember any of their names, man, because that's how bad they were. Um, but I guess it could be like, could we actually see Avatar returning? I don't know. That's I don't even want to say interesting because I don't like any of them, but it's a curious decision to want to bring. Seemingly, like I could be wrong, but it's a curious decision to even mention them again, to that they might even possibly have a connection to this new girl Toka is, like I said, just a curious decision. Like, out of the plethora of characters that you could have chosen from, why specifically, someone from the Avatar group? I would have to imagine is that like we didn't explore them, like deep enough. So like, hey, maybe Briar and that group has more to tell. Maybe there is more within that group that can flesh them out a little bit more. Um, but I'm intrigued to see where that's going. I'll say that at least. Um, all right. First, I require your signatures on these contracts. You'll be sworn not to breathe a word to anyone of what the 100 Years Quest is, and to indemnify both the quest giver and the Magic Council for any loss of your life that shall occur while on the job. Sounds good to me. Okay. Maybe I'll head home. Lucy, you're really sweating. But 1 week earlier, I was all fired up to come out here. But the closer we get, the more scared I am. I mean, this is the 100 Years Quest, the job no one's ever come back from. God damn it. Virgo, stop. Princess, I am forbidden from speaking in detail, but I can feel it. A premonition of a reunion on Giltina. A reunion? Oops, I shouldn't have said that. This will mean a punishment, a good hard one. Oh, so Aquarius, possibly? Oh, okay. Um, I'm going for it. After all, my friends will be with me. Now, spill it. Tell us all about the 100 Years Quest. Very well. It's patently simple. There are 5 so-called dragon gods on Giltina. You must slay them away. Dragon gods. Hmm. Giltina's 5 holy dragons. Dragons, 5 of them? Okay, so this is something that Gray has heard about. The 5 holy dragons. The 100 Years Quest is a dragon hunt? I myself learned Dragon Slayer magic in hopes of sealing them away. But their destructive power is nearly divine, earning them their titles as gods. Each and every one of them is at least as strong as Acnologia. What? Dragon slaying? Now I'm all fired up. Yeah, and that's what Natsu's best at. That's what he's good for. That's his name. Interesting. Okay. So I mean we know what the actual job entails now. It's a dragon hunt. It's a literal dragon hunt. Um and these aren't dragon slayers, they aren't god slayers, right? Like they are we can assume that they're more. I mean, he does specifically compare the gods to Acnologia, but we could also probably assume that similarly to Acnologia, that they can trying to kind of like revert back into like a human form or whatever, and then change back into a dragon and bounce between those forms whenever they please. Um, so yeah, you would have to imagine that if that is the case, that they probably met a similar fate to Acnologia, which made them into dragons in the first place, which was them using their dragon slaying magic to such a high volume that they eventually became dragons, right? So maybe that's the same deal with them, with these guys. Um, okay, yeah, this is a cool premise. I'm digging it. Because it took, even though I was really I didn't like how Actologia went down in the fairy tale manga. Uh, I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy because we know for sure like Natsu couldn't beat Actologia by himself. Um, and then like the entirety of the fairy tale manga or the fairy tale guild on Tenrojima could barely put a scratch on Acnologia when he was in his dragon form. So and I know these characters have come such a long way since Tenrojima, but man, dude, like it's just like, and if Guildarts couldn't do this, man, like obviously I know how powerful Urza and Gray and Lucy, and especially Lucy's felt like she's the one who's grown the most, especially from Tenrojima to now, with her new abilities and whatnot. So that's definitely like a welcome, like added power to this. But I guess my biggest question is how are they gonna do this, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like I as they are right now, I don't envision them doing. I don't see how they could logically do this, man. With Gray, Urza, Natsu, Lucy, and Wendy going up against essentially five Acnologias, right? Um, I I want to see how this is gonna be done. I'm really curious now. Um, but yeah, that's the end of the chapter, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe for more Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.